Alright, there we go. So now we have like a thing. Oh, I know why I'm so hot. Why I'm so fucking warm. I'm wearing knee pads because I need to in PD. So we're gonna split it later via Twitch, because you can divide things up into highlights. I don't think the Queen VOD will go on for too long, so we just split it via that. Technically speaking, she shouldn't have snuck in. I did get permission, right? Yeah, Sika said she did say yes.
Queen?
Hamsky.
Were you requested, or did you want to just come up and visit?
I wanted to come up to visit. I'm assuming you guys were requested?
No.
Hmm.
I'm here to visit, but also they got a debriefing earlier, so I'm expecting... I don't know.
Well, we're not agents. We are recruited, so,
It's bullshit. That guy threatened us to our faces. We should be in there, too.
Who threatened who?
The scientist? He threatened us, probably with his fucking little mercenary group.
Threats don't really mean much, Hamsky. People say it all the time.
Yeah, but we need to be prepared for anything that comes.
I can deal with it. I'm sure you can deal with it as well.
Well,
I just don't think
we
Sakato
don't
can.
have the information on that group.
Mm.
Hello, Hamsky.
Well, hi. You heading out?
Hi, I'm headed back home. It has been most enjoyable, especially to listen to Charles. I did not realize how many endless stories he has.
Yeah, he's kind of a...
He's got a big brain.
giant book.
Which he wears upon his flesh, sadly.
Did he offer you soup?
Oh.
Oh, that's a surprise. He offered stories but no soup.
The only one who we were at food with was Sen. They are in the training area at the moment. There was some sort of meeting going on. See you on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, it is. This week flew by.
Hi.
Have a good night.
You too.
Be
Johnny.
safe on the way down.
Myself. The place you have created is quite safe compared to others.
Somewhat. We have a lot of gangs and people causing us issues. If you read the news, there was an attack on the docks on a Guardian shipment that was coming.
You getting kicked out?
Hmm?
You getting kicked out?
No,
You say
Oh,
something?
yeah.
I'm headed.
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
You're
Have a
getting
good
kicked
one.
out?
You too.
He's getting kicked out.
Why are you getting kicked out?
He said something.
You...
I kicked the security door a couple times, but no one knows until Hybris finds out.
He did do that. He did do that.
Oh, I see. So you
I
got
couldn't
kicked out
stop
for
him.
being reckless and violent.
I'm not kicked out
Generally
yet,
speaking.
but I did try to pry the door open, and I did kick it a couple times.
When
for shits and
you...
giggles.
Aren't you meant to be like a
And I hit
monk
my
with
head.
like... You know, breathing in and out and being relaxed?
Hey, balance is a lot.
Have you
knowing
seen some
when to be
monks?
calm
They're crazy.
and
They
when to
like
not be.
sail across rooms with their leg out and kick people in the face.
That's the
Yeah, well, have you ever seen
misunderstanding.
Hamsky do that?
He tries to do it all the time, but it doesn't work out.
You
too
try to do it all the time. You just remind me of a giant kid. You know, they pretend to do these things that they see on the TV or something.
That's pretty fun. I wouldn't try it here. I would not try that here, buddy. I would not. I wouldn't do it.
I almost fell back, but that was drunken boxing.
You're drunk?
I am like a fucking guy from the slums that's trying to learn karate. But also,
Yeah, dude.
I was taught by someone that
Oh, you were
being
taught by someone.
calm isn't just. No, I was told by someone. I've taught myself almost everything. They
Yeah, it kinda
taught me
shows.
that being calm.
I don't mean that as an
There we
insult.
go.
Damn.
That was actually a genuine thing. It shows it.
Damn.
I was being genuine. Like,
That was rough.
when you see regular martial artists who have been trained by a master or a sensei, they tend to be very rigid. He has a lot more flow and experience with stuff.
Okay, but you gotta hear yourself when you say it.
I can't
Like
change the
your
way I
tone of
sound
voice
things.
and everything. It was just like, yeah, it shows, man. Like that just. Ooh, damn.
Well, that's just the way I speak. I can't really control that.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is it can be easily misconstrued. It's
Mm.
funny though. Still, man? Just back here? What's up, Asha?
Good morning, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, yeah. How you
Pry,
guys
pry
doing?
that open for me.
Doing alright.
Okay.
Can I go
It's
in?
not budging. It's not budging. It's not budging. Come on. Yeah, it's not going.
Son of a bitch.
Damn. Damn. Foster, I can't do it. I don't know who can.
Yeah. Who made this fucking pillar? This thing is hideous.
Probably Hybris.
Probably Hybris.
Probably Hybris.
Have you ever looked at it? It's not centered. This chunk is missing.
It is centered.
What the fuck happened?
It is
It is
centered.
not.
The pillar
It is.
centered.
It's centered.
This place drives me
Maybe it's just
bonkers.
avant-garde, you know?
Yeah. Like it goes like. I bet you.
Like sure,
I could walk.
the like middle smaller circle, right? That isn't centered. Sure.
So she was actually being genuine, saying it's obvious that he self-teaches himself. She didn't mean it as a bad thing. She genuinely meant it as a good thing. Because when you learn from someone else, they can only give you experiences from their side, and it's very rigid and disciplined. But if you are self-taught, you kind of just develop your own ways of fighting, and in an environment that's constantly changing and is very different from what the masters teach. Yeah, it's beneficial to have things like that. I know you didn't. Was the Queen is very unapologetic in her behaviour. Yeah, Queen likes stars. She's never really got the chance to see them. Reason why in the context she looked outside a lot, looking at the stars, but because she's distracted a lot, she can't really focus on them. How long has Oblivious been streaming for? Uh, 2 hours. Queen likes swimming. Violin. Cooking was something she did as well. But not a lot, an awful lot. She didn't do a lot of cooking. It was like occasional cooking. But it's mainly because of, helping out her sister. She learnt cooking from the elderly couple that is taking care of her sister.
Queen, right?
Yeah.
Good to meet you on a more regular term, yes. If there's anything that you did need, if you planned on staying aboard, I believe you've already been offered maybe a temporary room.
Yeah, I was offered it. However, I don't want to overstay my welcome, so I'm just here to visit, see how she's doing.
Nonsense. As long as the ones that you're here are still not fully recuperated, you're more than welcome to stay aboard.
Hmm. I see.
I don't think I've been fully introduced. One of the only officers that's usually aboard on a regular basis, Hezekiah Vatoni.
Hazakai?
Hezekiah. You can call me
Hezekiah.
Zeke for short.
Zeke is, would be good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was introduced to you a few times, but never really had a introduction from you, so pleasure.
A pleasure to meet you.
And, well, you already know who I am.
Yes. A little bit, given the reports and everything else, but I handle the magic studies on here. I usually like to tell all of our guests, just to give them the heads forward, I handle usually geomancy, but I'm also a paladin of Ariel. So I handle holy magic on, well, only when exuding her magic. Otherwise, geomancy is my preference. Druidic spells.
I've only heard of paladins in folklore, so apologies if I seem a bit confused, I guess.
Well, most of the time, those stories are based in truths to a certain extent. I was part of a knight's academy, so there were a bunch of gold, shiny silver armor, and golden armor, and people that represented themselves with, oh, this is my title, and say 50 words of why their title is important. I was just militant.
I see.
But if you did ever need anything, you can ask. Same as any of the other agents.
What kind of things do they often ask you?
What, the agents?
Yeah.
Besides training, magic questions, ship questions that Aegis isn't around for sometimes. Or just in general, if you sure you're doing alright given everything that happened.
You mean regarding Sokoto's kidnapping? Yeah, I'm fine.
That too. All in all, everything turned out as good as they could have.
I mean, I suppose it would have been better if it never happened, but when life throws you problems, you have to overcome them, I suppose.
Yes, unfortunately. But if we can keep calling them problems and issues, it just means we're getting through them.
I'm a bit adverse to those kind of things. Experienced too many problems that I'd never created of my own. And, growing tired of having to fix said problems.
That I can understand. Sometimes it's not even your choice to want to. Sometimes it's not even because of another person or a higher being. Sometimes it's just happenstance. A perfect storm of bad things, but we prevail otherwise, for the ones we care about.
Prevail is certainly a word I would use.
We survive. We scrape by. We do what's necessary. You know, when she first came here, she was quiet.
And shorter. A lot shorter.
Yeah, I remember the first time I met her, she was a lot more baby-faced and shorter. She's matured quite a lot over the past year or two I've known her.
She was actually scared of what she was capable of.
Mm. I mean, if you're a human and you have such blessed powers, I imagine anyone will be afraid. It's abnormal. Strange. Hmm. Considering you're a paladin, you probably have very strong faith, correct?
Yes, in what my oath follows through, yes. I've learned over the time that not all the archangels are to be fully trusted. They have, and they will, make mistakes, just like any one person. They're not omnipotent, but they are powerful and they are understanding.
Somewhat personal question. What do you do when your faith falters?
I've had it happen once.
Hmm.
Lost my trust. What I stood for and what I was really sent to do here. Why I ended up here in the material plane in the first place. I almost gave up. But near the end of my hopelessness, the very dark place that I was at, when it was all fading, my regrets were laid bare in my mind that I didn't give it one more chance, or I didn't hope one more time. That at the end of the days, I felt like I failed my faith, that it failed.
Hmm.
And Ariel reached out back to me, and though I had left behind my sword and faith and magic, and she welcomed me back through her domain.
Okay, and what if you don't have something like that? What if you don't have a higher power being to pull you through dark times? You only have yourself to deal with.
You believe in yourself? You believe in your own strength and power, and there are those that can do that.
True. But even that has its limits.
The philosophies of a paladin?
I guess applying their teachings in a way.
All faith has roots. Oneself. You don't need a higher being at the end of the day. Nobody really, truly needs one. But it's nice to have. Reassuring. But you can believe in yourself as much as any higher power.
And what if that belief in oneself wavers? What then?
I believe that's normal.
Yeah, it is normal.
We're all, at the end of the day, valuable. We can all make mistakes just the same. Even Miss Hybris, even with all the intellect that she has, I've come to understand that there might be something out there that she's not capable of handling, or comprehending at the time, but she'll learn to overcome that. I can do the same. I try to. I used to not understand a thing about anything on the station and how it operated, not even the doors.
Hmm.
I came to check on Aegis. But it seems you have this well handled. Unless there is anything I can do for you, Miss Queen.
Just call me Queen. No Miss, no Mrs. Just Queen.
Just Queen. Is there anything I can do for you today? Just Queen.
I just want to know Sakoto's condition. If it's improved or wasn't worse.
I believe it has improved somewhat. Though our medical staff has been watching over her closely, she was moved to her own room just a day and a half ago.
I see. What about her infection?
Unfortunately, I cannot speak to this. Patient confidentiality. Though I believe it has been addressed.
That's good.
By my best estimates, she is doing great.
She should stay in bed and rest, though. She needs it.
I agree. Though it wouldn't be the first time she's grown restless. We have a number here who follow the same pattern. I believe it's the types we hire.
Perhaps.
Active people.
On with the job, I guess.
Regardless, I must be getting back to my work. If there is anything we can do for you while you are here, please let us know. And if there is anything I can do for you, simply ask.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Penny.
It's Hybris.
Take care.
Penny, would you like me to bring you next time I'm from the office to the kitchen when you're working? I know you're not really taking too many breaks. Snacks to keep you going.
Oh, snacks. I don't even remember when I last ate. It's like 3 or 4 days ago, I think.
Well, the chicken sandwich is probably left over from when I have them from training, so you're free to take one.
Alright. Then
Or I'll have Eben check on you every 30 minutes.
I'll message Evan. It's been a while since I talked to him.
I know he loves to make things and be helpful. He enjoys.
Yeah. It's
Odd
funny.
question,
'cause,
Penny. Oh, never mind. I thought you were finished. Now continue.
I was gonna say Evan's core was the first synth core I ever saw. That was functional. What were you gonna ask? Or say?
Due to your biology, you can have ice cream. They mentioned snacks, and I was wondering if you ever had ice cream. Imagine you can because of your temperature regulation, but
I've had ice cream before. It's one of those things that I gotta be ready for.
do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice and sweet.
Hmm.
I like sweet things.
I prefer mochi. Less cold.
I heard a lot of people say it's
Well, that's
grassy.
nice, but never tried mochi.
Oh, that's matcha, not mochi. You get it confused.
It is the flavor of the mochi that you get, though.
Hmm.
So, Queen, what's your flavor?
As in flavor of ice cream or flavor of snack?
Ice cream.
Hmm. I'm more of like a sorbet person. Fruit's nice. Cherry, something tight.
Oh, cherry.
Hmm. Don't get me
I like
wrong.
the strawberry. Mm.
Strawberry ice cream or sorbet?
Is sorbet a flavor of ice cream?
Sorbet is a type of ice cream. It's
Oh,
basically a lot of if you get whole fruits, you blend it into it's like a thick paste, and then you churn it with like a ice cream base. So it's a lot of just there's a lot of
Hey,
fruit
boy, how
juice.
you doing?
Doing fine, really.
It's been chilled.
mm.
It's
Y'all
like
have
a
serious
It's better
talks?
than ice cream.
frozen
No, they're
fruit
talking about ice cream.
lollies or something.
Oh, nice.
It's like
Favorite
that,
flavors?
but blended into tubs.
Strawberry.
Sure, good.
Mm. It reminds me, I used to have ice cream all the time at Hell's Row.
Yeah, it's been a whole thing. What's up? What? Yeah, I've had these for a little while now. Getting used to them.
Yeah.
No touch. I don't touch your bits without asking you first. Not that I'd want to.
That's a completely different thing. I see they're growing in still.
With a lack of context, that sounds really bad.
No, with the context, it still sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, true, actually, yeah.
Regardless. Hope you're doing okay.
I'm doing
What?
fine.
What's with the what? What's with the what?
The marking.
Must not be snarky.
Which one's a tattoos
Tattoo?
and what's actually? Yeah.
I
What's
don't
a
have
tattoos
like
and what a
weird
marking?
market. It's a tattoo. I got a tattoo. Yeah.
Any reason in particular?
Yeah. Court's got the same one. Swirl.
I should be more like you.
It's an old joke.
In what way?
An old thing. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. How have you been?
I feel like we
Oh, actually, yeah.
think
that
the same
tattoo,
way
yeah,
about a lot of
You're talking about
things.
that one. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, that one.
But you're not as abrasive as I am. Just
It
quiet.
didn't help much. It's a black tiger.
I don't think Hamsky would agree with you with what I recently said.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't
Show
meant
you
as an
more, but
insult.
We're in a public place, and I don't want no.
Alright, I'm curious. What'd you say?
Hamsky said he was good at martial arts, and he said he was home trained.
Said you're doing
I said,
better.
yeah,
Was there a reason
I can
for you
tell.
not to be doing
Better.
And
No, I'm doing alright. Not better. Just
he took it as an offense. But personally for me, it's a compliment. If you learn martial arts from an instructor, yeah, sure, you're learning how to do it properly, but if you're on the streets, learning yourself is often the best way of acclimatizing to the environment you're in. What a dojo master or instructor can teach you is in a closed, safe environment. What you learn is on the battlefield, and it's a lot more applicable, usable.
Yeah. There was something I heard someone say once that if someone mispronounces a word, don't make fun of them. Because that means that probably the only place they've seen that word is where they've read it. They've never heard it ever said. Which means that they're well read. Which could mean that they're smarter, or at least they're read a lot and know a good bit. Just because they say it wrong doesn't mean that they're not as educated. So I can see how your what you said about Hansky was a compliment. Because if he's learned it all on his own, then I mean, it's an accomplishment.
I did try to recover it, but he wasn't really having it, so he just walked away.
Well, Hansky's a little different than the other agents here that I talked to.
Well, for starters, he's not an agent. I thought you used to say contractee.
Yeah, he's a contractee. I assume I don't have to fix
Take
the
a
way I
good,
talk
take
to
a
Hansky,
arcane.
right?
Sleep well.
Just the agents. My coworkers. Well, I guess Hansky's my coworker.
I mean, for the most part, it'd be universal, but whatever you can afford, yes.
I need to cut back on the how was it described?
Immediate sarcasm.
My sarcasm.
Look, sometimes I understand it's not actually sarcasm, you're just sometimes a little bit too straightforward.
What is too straightforward?
You're speaking without a filter, essentially.
But in
Some people see being too straightforward as being a bit crass. And people are not accepting of bluntness sometimes. People like listening to a sweet lie rather than a harsh truth. It's just human... It's just human physiology.
Yeah, but when lives are on the line, does the sweet lie really help anything?
Morale. It helps morale. If you're in a situation where you're going to die, telling everyone that you're going to die regardless isn't going to give people the fighting spirit to want to continue to fight. However, if you say that things are difficult and they'll get better, people have a bit more to put in. They don't feel so downtrodden. Guess you could say it's just hope. But it's also the case of...
Reasonable enough.
I'll say it's difficult trying to gauge when to use hope and when to use honesty.
That's why I've always chosen honesty, because majority of the time it's better to be honest than to lie.
I'm in agreement. But... since becoming a leader, it's I had to put a bit more thought into my words. you can be blunt and honest while still appeasing people's desire for hope and positivity. It just takes a bit of time and experience.
Just hate
That
that.
being said,
Hmm.
the next non-combat mission, Penny, would you like to be up for leadership?
You're not going to get any experience if you don't accept it. Might as well try it. The worst that could happen is failure.
So the immediate problem here is how do I answer his question without lying to him?
You don't need to lie.
Be
You
honest.
Simply tell me that you don't believe you're ready, then I will take that into consideration.
It's not as easy as that. It's not me.
You don't believe you command the respect to lead yet?
I don't
You
even think it's a
believe that
thing
I can
of.
pull a team together that would follow you.
Do you think it's...
Alright, so.
Do you think it's the lack of competency? Do you feel like people won't be confident enough?
That is not a concern I have in this situation. Competency. No, I'm not concerned about competency. I think everyone that would be available to be on a team here is perfectly competent. But I'm more concerned about abilities to listen.
That's also competency, if I'm honest. But that's just personal experience.
So if you think you can put together a team of people that would be receptive to the idea of me actually leading, then yeah, sure. But
I believe I can.
I'd like to see what you put together. It's not, I'm not saying that I don't think you can. It's an honest, I'd like to see
You're
what your
more
ideas are.
curious to see what my idea is.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Also slightly insulted that it has to be a non-combat mission, but
That's simply for your control and comfortability. I'd rather not throw you straight into one where lives are immediately on the line.
I was gonna say for the safety of others.
The safety of your own mental and having to be thrust into that as a leadership point.
Not just that, people are less likely to listen if it's a high-stress situation. Even if you're in control, not everyone else is. They won't listen to orders.
Oh, I know. There's other factors that, well, you both know.
I have a
Worst
question.
case scenario.
How would you say your leadership skills are?
Somewhere between non-existent and unknown. came from a lifestyle of everything being told to me, to being completely independent, to, well, where I am now, where I feel like no one listens to me. When it, I mean, here is different, sitting and having conversations. Obviously, y'all are listening, but when we're sitting in the middle of some mad scientist lab and time can become a issue, and it's, hey guys, maybe we should try this approach, and no one listens.
So, you have to take my experiences as gospel. Ignore them, acknowledge them, do what you want. But I found that the essence of a leader is not having the right choices. It's not about commanding people. It's about directing them. If you have a plan, even if it's the worst plan imaginable, you need to make sure that, despite this being the wrong decision, everyone agrees and they commit to it. Because even if a good plan is forged, if not everyone is on board, some people think it's a bad plan, some people think it's a good plan, there's no cohesion. You need to work as a group, because even a good plan can fall to ruin if not everyone's following. But if everyone's listening and on the same page, a bad plan can surprisingly work. Speaking with confidence, determination. Don't ask people for opinions or suggestions. Just tell them what to do. And be firm with it. Because if you ask them for what to do for a certain decision, it shows weakness in your leadership skills. And that means people are not going to listen.
I think that is absolute bullshit. You should have everyone's opinion before you go in.
If it's a high-stress situation where time is of the essence, you cannot have a conversation with everyone until they come up to a solution where people will like it. You have to sometimes act quick and with determination to reduce the risk.
Also, under the leadership, you understand and know who, if any, would have the proper information or knowledge to assist them, and use that.
There's
If time
also
is of the
the
essence, and you can't take time to listen to every single person's thought, then you take the one that you believe in the time frame has the right capabilities, magic abilities, racial traits to get the job done.
and the half of the context that Hamsky's missing is that we're talking about me and the my inability to have others listen to me.
We're not talking about leadership in a safe environment where you have time to think. I'm about leadership during a mission where quick decisions need to be made, because people's lives can be lost.
Something more akin to a combat mission, not a non-combat mission, right?
Also, as a leader, it is your responsibility to make sure everyone comes back out alive.
Of course.
If there's a bad decision, which I have taken many before in the past, if I know it's a bad decision but it's the right one to take because of the limited time, I make sure everyone else gets out first and I'm last. I make sure I'm defending people, creating space. Because you're a leader.
It's just...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's just wording then, because you're saying if a bad decision is the best decision, it's still the best decision. It's the more correct decision. And in the situation where, let's say, non-optimal decision and people are at risk, yes, you place them, their safety before yours, and make sure your team gets out and you cover for everything.
Yeah. The important thing, at least for me, is making decisions quick. I've seen so many missions with the Whisperers where people hesitated.
That's right. Right, yeah. And hesitation wasn't good, right?
No, it wasn't. We got cornered, surrounded, people got badly injured. The enemy were able to get reinforcements. We had none. But again, my method is not the only method.
So,
There's multiple. You need to know when to use them. And that only comes with experience. No book, no general, no teacher, no test can prepare you for live combat.
Alright.
I will say, in the moment, yeah, you need people to listen, but they're not going to listen if you haven't already built up the repertoire before. If you haven't listened to their desires and the things that they think are the right decision. If they think you aren't listening, then in the fucking battlefield, they won't listen. I've experienced it
So,
over and over again.
we're talking about from two separate environments. I'm an
Thank
11-year veteran in the Whisperers, Hamsky. I've been doing this for a long time.
And we're also
The Whisperer just
specifically
listen.
I mean,
have your tit for tat.
I command a title. I have respect from them. And they understand that people have gone against my commands, but most of the time, if they just ignore it, I tend to act of my own accord. If people want to have chaos, they can have it. But it just means I'm going to have to get hurt trying to pad their fall. And this has happened to you numerous times.
Also, there's the level of respect the agents give each other when an officer picks somebody to lead. Please stay start in the bridge.
That's what I was gonna say. I was trying to figure out the right way of saying that. In my situation, it's a group of Aegis agents, which are cut from a different cloth than getting together a ragtag team of mercenaries.
They're all bent on a
Charm.
single, usual goal in mind. Even if they have personal reasons for being there in the first place, they're not trying to do anything selfishly.
It's
Which I'm
not
not
the
saying
pain.
that yours are, Hamsky, but you're usually working with people that kind of are a necessity.
Here, the paycheck is not the reason. We get paid no matter what, but it's the humanitarian aspect of it. Whereas most of what you've done is all Well, people that join you are often just doing it for the paycheck. I'm not going to say that there hasn't been times where you've had to defend your home.
Every single person we hired, we said, what's the reason? What's the motivation? If they said that they were coming to work for us because they wanted the money, that was understandable, but it is not the reason we hired anyone. I resent that fact, but I understand where you're coming from.
I think what they're trying to say is that the groups you comprise and composite, they're a mixed bag. I don't mean to say this in a bad way. I command and lead Whisperers. We are all part of the same group. Live underneath the same roofs. We have a hierarchy, an order to things. But you have individuals, people who have motives and goals. It's not the same in the Whisperers. Our goal is to survive. And it's a collective goal.
You need me.
Turned if she kind of is busy with something else now.
I believe she did step out. Was this something you needed from me?
From her
I
specifically.
understand.
I need to inform her or something.
Penny,
But I can
got
just,
it.
I
If
can
everyone will
terminal
just
and
listen to
inform
you
her
because you have a higher rank, then all you have to do is convince yourself that you're
Okay.
making the right decisions, and then you need to speak like you're making the right decision.
That's literally what I just said.
Doesn't matter if it's the wrong one, I guess. Fake it.
Which is pretty much what I said.
Yeah.
Again, being a leader is all about experience. And it's not easy.
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that it's probably just terrified. I mean, it's probably pretty fucking obvious.
So I have a question. Out of the Aegis agents, who do you think is someone you would like to replicate? Who is a good leader in your eyes? Perhaps shadow them, watch what they do, replicate.
Are you looking for an answer right now, or is that suggestion?
It was more of a question for you to think on. Aegis business is not my business. I'm just trying to pass on some wisdom, that's all. As presumptuous as it is.
Think on.
Hmm.
It's not presumptuous. I mean, you were there. You saw what happened. I can't go into further detail of the outcome, I guess, but you saw what happened.
I did indeed. But it's not really my business. And I will withhold comments.
I disagree. Even
About
if
what?
you were just a contractor, you're still part of the team.
Be that as it may, it didn't really feel like it. A lot of people there questioned who I was and why I was there. Well, I say a lot of people. It was mainly just Cat.
And I shouldn't give criticism on that.
Sure, it might be criticism, but communication is important in a team. Have your arguments, have your fights. You grow more understanding towards each other if you do. You don't have to like each other, but you do need to work together and have teamwork.
It was more of my immediate observation on the statement. If I had put it to words, is would be inappropriate for a present company. Actually, no. You were both there. You were both not in a derogatory way on the payroll. The leadership, the team lead should have put the kibosh on the whole criticizing people that were coming with us and got that under control.
I think it's less about questioning why we're here and more about they weren't informed, at least from my understanding.
That would be informed, yeah.
I think all in all, both groups worked decently well with each other, not no such, and I'll leave it at this. When I first met Hamsky, I didn't believe for a second you were a leader of anything down there when you said that you helped things down at the meat rack. But over the time I've seen him grow, and he's learned a lot. I think he's a decent leader that still has some room to grow and learn, but I would trust him if he needed some of the agents.
I've trusted him many times with my life.
Also, Sakoto's left her room, currently getting something to eat.
Yeah, I
She
can
is
see
in
her.
the kitchen, yeah.
I want to make it clear that these criticisms I have towards certain things isn't me admonishing people for certain behaviors. I'm very cynical. That was one of my main roles in the Whisperers.
Mm.
If you had a plan, I would poke holes in it. Find weaknesses that need to be reinforced. Find opinions that need to be tempered. I only want people to grow and get stronger, better, more intelligent. Even if it does frustrate me that certain individuals are lacking. But everyone was lacking at some point in their life.
Yeah. Well, I'm at that point in my life where I'm finding myself lacking, but time to grow, I guess.
Do you have much
You know how
introspection?
I started the bar,
Hmm.
Penny?
Hmm?
You know how I started the bar?
You found some abandoned place and started serving alcohol out of it?
How did I get people there?
You
was
started
in the
serving
news.
alcohol?
No, I bullshitted my way through everything. I acted like I knew what I was doing, and then I got to where I was going.
Again, the inherent problem. Go ahead.
You're gonna need a lot more knowledge when you go out and make decisions. But, you know what, I'm gonna leave.
My problem is that even if I have the knowledge, people are not listening to me.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to say, I don't have the knowledge, I'm dumb.
So, I think the issue, now that the room has been cleared, the issue that's been had here is there are too many people with egos. Hamsky has very strong thoughts and feelings. Everyone does. Not saying it's a bad thing. But if you're a member of a team and someone is a leader, you have to bend the knee. You have to be willing to. Because if no one
Yeah.
wants to bend a knee and concede, things don't work out. That's nothing to do about poor leadership. That's to do about ego. And with the Whisperers, if someone doesn't listen to you, you beat it out of them. As harsh as that is. But I'd rather them be injured and beaten in a safe environment than dead in a hostile one because they wouldn't listen. The only problem is, at least from my experience of Aegis, there's a lot of red tape, legalities to things. You can't beat someone up. You can't kill someone or injure them without plausible deniability or anything like that. It's...
I can't even go into the practice room and fight them and best them, because, I mean, the only thing I've got going for me is I can pick doors and trank people. That's a whole problem.
I guess that's also part of the problem again with the ego. People believe strength means control, means leadership. But if you're someone who has a lot of muscle but little brain, they're not going to be able to think tactics, they're not going to be able to think about pacing or morale. They just want to fight. So your temperament is ideal for leadership. You can observe people, you can watch them. The only difficulty you're going to have is having, I guess, social bonds and people who understand you. Is there anyone in the Aegis agent roster that you agree with, that you see eye to eye with, and they listen to you?
Obviously, Belle.
Mm.
But she's not very active right now because she's got all other stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's Sakoto.
Mm. There's a few numbers.
And every other names that are coming up, I've got scathing criticism for all of them. Because, like, I'm afraid that if Hezekiah decides to throw a curveball and puts together a dream team but then throws Sen on it, I mean, you saw what Sen does. He's just going to take over and be pushy and bossy, and
has an ego as well.
it's not just his ego, it's
His beliefs.
bravado, the word, the forcefulness of... From what I've seen, he always asserts himself. That's the word. He's assertive.
Yeah.
And not in a good way. Yeah. I was gonna try to follow that up with saying something nice, but...
Do you want to be a leader? Truthfully, you can say no. There's no shame in it.
I think it's a complicated answer, because... If I've been aiming to be respected and listened, and that shot always falls short. So if I aim to be in charge, to be authority, maybe I might just unequivocally fail at that, but at least the shot will land somewhere where I'm actually fucking listened to.
In my personal opinion, if you want authority, you don't get that as leadership. It's false authority. Leaders a lot of the time are people who direct people in the right direction. But it's only as good as the people it's comprised of. If they agree with your ideals or thoughts. If I'm
Yeah,
honest.
but how do people go in the direction that you direct without having authority? Without them accepting what you say, which is authority.
You be better than them. You be more competent than them. Okay. Again, this is talking from my own personal experience. I don't think it's going to be applicable to Aegis because, again, strong egos. There's been many missions where I've had people who are leading which do not deserve to lead. Teammates who have no cohesion to them. And sometimes you just have to do things by yourself. And I'm not saying that you need to take on a whole squad of enemies by yourself. But you have skills, talents. You can turn invisible, or camouflage, whatever to call it. If people are going to drag their heels and do nothing, scout things out, keep an eye and a surveillance on things that matter, talking comms so you've spotted something serious, key people, key pieces of information that may be useful. If they don't listen, that's on them. Those who want the information will listen, and will respect you for finding this out. And eventually, it will accumulate to the point where people give you a reputation, and they will respect that. If you're able to hack your way into things, lockpick your way through things, find information out, people will see you're reliable in those areas, and then that will translate to potential leadership. I guess the problem right now is I say this in the gentlest way I can. You're small. And small people tend to get overlooked. It's just the harsh reality of things. You have to shout louder, move faster, think quicker, outpace everyone else so you can get recognition. And that's a crime, but you just have to deal with it. I don't have a very commanding voice. I'm soft-spoken. People talk over me all the time. So rather than leading people, I just did things. I cut down enemies, was the vanguard, was the defending force, and eventually people followed in tow. They saw what I was doing. They wanted to replicate it. They learned through imitation. And I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but they respect me. It's a slow climb. But I have faith that you can do that. Zeke?
I know that you'll probably talk with ones who are capable of using the machines down there. The 3D printer. We have Sakoto's prescription on file if you want to ask the medics to work with them to get her some extra glasses temporarily while her new ones get shipped.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one thing that wasn't brought back with her clothes, I believe. Glasses.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, they're on file.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want me to do that now or?
No, you can start it in a few minutes, and it shouldn't take too long to get her temporary ones tonight.
Oh, all right. Let me
But we'll put the full shipment ask in for.
Yeah, I'll go down there and make sure the printer's started. Thank you.
You're fine. Apologies for talking so much.
No, that's what I'm thanking you for. So, no apologies needed.
If you need anything from me, Penny, feel free. I'm always in the training room as usual.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't ask anything of you that I didn't think you were capable of either learning or completing.
Within what you know, yeah.
For the most part. I watch all the training logs, so.
Alright, I'm gonna go check on the printers.
I'll probably be at the office in a bit here. Still more paperwork to go through after missions.
Joyous.
The authorities, though, did give us information about the Jane and John Doe that you guys brought back. If they cannot find next of kin, then they will do the normal release procedures to the state, in which then the bodies will be properly given their rights and burials.
I see.
That's good at least.
Better than nothing.
Better than most circumstances.
Yes, unfortunately, according to the records that Cyrus and I read, the two that were recovered, the male and female, Jane and John Doe, from here forth, are from Zafira, but they're from a place where it's hard to even get records in the first place, or let alone afford the ability to do so.
Oh boy.
Not to mention the fact that there are loopholes around the citizenship to where it might have been shoddy in the first place.
Yes,
Well,
or expunged for another reason, but if the authorities cannot find any location where they were known or any type of family that's off-grid, then yes, the bodies will be released to the state where they will be properly buried.
Some individuals are moved into the city with falsified paperwork, is what I was saying. It's a loophole they use to get around their slavery laws.
Yes, the police were well aware of what goes on inside of the districts there, but they were saying in layman's terms what their procedures and guidelines entail. It's up to the investigator that's been assigned to the case.
I appreciate the information.
I'm not too sure what Miss Cypress wants to do for our next steps, given where the information's leading towards. Any viable guess since you were there.
Pit is.
Oh, yes.
Not sure if she informed y'all of that yet.
The name and where it's been, yes. We've had a mission that was under there.
Yup.
See, we're there, you can probably have a great estimate or guess of to parties involved there and forth that we're not allowed to openly talk about, but
You can't talk about it, really. So much red tape.
yes. We can only keep hoping that nobody keeps trying to siege the castle before we size our attack. That way the defenses aren't improved over time.
I mean, if you're talking about who I'm thinking to talk about, then, well, I don't know. I don't have very high hopes. That's just my opinion, though.
Well, every failed attempt gives us more information what not to do.
Yeah, but if they learn from it, then eventually you're going to run out of attempts.
Well, on the bright side, every castle in history has eventually fallen.
Or been
Just
broken
need
down
the-
from the inside.
Just need the right trebuchet.
Aye.
Or in my
big
case,
fuck off
just
gun.
that too. I think technically Miss Hypers can do that.
Hmm.
Although she stated she's not one to get involved in that front, given her, well, face of the operation. But I digress. If there's anything that you need from me, I'll be in and out of the office area. Feel free to ask one of the drones to send information down.
Of course.
Or if you see Ashura later in the training room, I'll probably be in there with you. But you're free to reserve a room if you need it.
Appreciate it.
And by all means, go grab Sakoto and watch a movie or something. I'm sure you'd like to get her mind off of everything.
As much as I would like to yammer on about business, he at least does have a good point about that.
About what?
Just being with her. Percy said one thing that's correct is that shit's gonna keep burning regardless of what we do. But you at least have the time to be with her now.
She has better people to hang around with.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Even the dead guy believes me.
She's an Aegis.
So are you right now? No one's showing you the door?
Sure. No one is. But I don't belong here. My talk with Penny and with Hamsky was enough to show that.
She seemed pretty appreciative of that conversation.
It was less to do about Penny's words and more about other people's. Penny wants to have more respect, authority. They want to be able to lead and help. And because I tried giving some advice, well, not everyone saw eye to eye with my advice. Look, Charles. I understand my relationship with Sakoto. I really do. But she's wrapped up in business which I'm not part of. She's made friends with people which I don't mesh with.
Oh.
I know people being very welcoming to me. But
You feel you don't belong.
it's not even a feeling I don't belong. I don't belong. And that's a fact, not a feeling. During that mission, people wanted to go in law-abiding, following the rules, lots of red tape. I would have just killed people and be done with it. Because that's the only way I know. And it frustrates me to see people following the rules when no one else does. Do you really think the PMC were following rules when they kidnapped Sakoto and Magpie? No, they weren't. So why the fuck do we have to follow it?
That is what would have happened.
Back in the day, at least. This whole not following the rules shit is part of the reason why I even went down the path of necromancy, because I agree. Let's face it, the world is fundamentally breaking down. And a lot of things aren't the way they should be just because that's just the way the world's deciding how it's gonna be.
Exactly.
So,
I'd rather
yet
not
another
be.
reason why I didn't sign up for doing that shit.
I wanted to go because I couldn't. I wanted to trust these individuals that work at Aegis to do the right thing, to do it correctly.
To be competent.
Yeah, I have no doubt they are competent. I have no doubt in their skills or abilities, but I just couldn't let them do that without watching. I was supervising. And even while supervising, I just...
Took charge anyway.
tried to. But like I mentioned to Penny, everyone that I have met so far in Aegis, or maybe not everyone, the majority of people I've met in Aegis, they have egos. There's no form of hierarchy, there's no form of status. Everyone is equal. And that means they equally have an ego. At least where I'm from, I could throw my weight around. I could throw my title, my status around, and people would have to bend the knee. I didn't abuse the power, but at least there's a form of hierarchy where people had to listen. Some form of structure. But on that mission there wasn't. Tiberius was leading the group, but he was asking people for suggestions. We spent hours what I amount to as doing nothing. Walking around in circles, and I got frustrated. Lack of information, lack of communication, lack of structure, lack of tools and resources. People wanted answers and we weren't going to get any. And I stuck around because I'm an outsider. I can't tell people to move. I can't tell people to get the fuck out. We did what we came here for. The mission to me was saving Sakota and Magpie. Fuck everyone else. That's why I was there for. But people wanted...
And from the recording I saw, it was pretty much wrapped up within the hour in terms of that objective.
True, but it could be done faster.
It's complicated when it's not zero. At least there you know what you're fighting.
And like Penny said, she hates having to repeat herself, and so do I. It was, again, frustrating. But I can't say frustrated. It's not my space. It's not my...
It's also a pattern I've noticed with MMI that whenever things occur, ideas and organizations always break down to the point to where half the time we wind up with less answers, more questions, and more rope to hang ourselves on in terms of how we fucked up. Which is why, much to everyone's probably frustration, I basically hold the same belief as you do about the only thing that could have been done better is why the fuck didn't we just bring the bodies out? Why did we have to work on essentially homebrew surgery and desecrating a corpse? And granted, it's a fucking body. She's gone. The stuff to bring her back would be far more than anyone in that room alone would be capable of doing. So no, there was nothing really to fix that situation. And they still managed to fuck that up. if you ask me. So, I'm not happy about it either, but I'm of the mindset where at this point we accomplish the objective. That's, as you were saying, that's what we have to focus on. Everything else is a fucking sideshow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna convince you on staying with Aegis. Same way that I wasn't able to convince you to stay on with Meat Rack over a year ago.
What do you mean stay with Meat Rack?
Slick and Jackie were
You
very desperately pleading for me to try to do something to help you see their way of things as a neutral party. You had seemed interested, so I thought.
You mean
that
being
things were
security,
getting somewhere,
right?
but yes.
It's a commitment which I'm not too sure if I can keep.
Given everything else, yeah.
My time schedules just don't allow it. I can't show up every Saturday, every Sunday, or every other Sunday or Saturday. I have limited amounts of stamina. I can only go so far. Especially with the cancer now, it's just worse.
Right. So yeah, I can only offer suggestions. At the end of the day, you're your own woman. Do as you please.
Yeah. Look, if people ask of me to do something, most of the time I will just do it. If people need help in Aegis that require my expertise, I will consider offers. But I'm not going to make Aegis problems my own. I have my own problems to deal with in District 0.
Right.
Hell, money is nice.
You were saying?
Money's nice.
You said money, and then, yeah, okay.
Money's nice to have, and it could go towards funding my group. And my medication, and equipment changes and such. And hell, maybe I could do with a reputation boost outside of District 0.
Maybe. Guess it just depends on what exactly Chase and the rest are willing to play at.
What do you mean by that? What, me allowing to do things?
Pretty much.
This is off the record. I am a Council of 9 member. I can do what the fuck I want, essentially.
Well, trust me that I'm not gonna go teetotaling to Chase to tell him what you're doing here, because frankly, I don't know the bastard, and I kind of have no intent to know him.
He's always been the shady sort anyways, I'm not gonna lie.
More
No,
shady
it's
than me.
because I heard about his shit from Marlowe.
Are you on about the suicide squads?
The Suicide Squads.
I understand people's feelings regarding that. I know it caused a divide to happen. But people are built differently. I was willing to sacrifice my life for that stuff. Not everyone is like me.
It's more the issue that I believe his exact phraseology was we needed the disposable to be sent. So frankly, I'm not sure he would have allowed your sacrifice over people he could replace.
At the time, I was replaceable. Not so much now. But then, replaceable. Everyone there was replaceable. Maybe it's because my mentality allows that kind of stuff, but the Whispers have a purpose, to push out the Tigers, to get back at an individual. Marla was that. It was our big moment to, as some people say, stick it to the man. If my life meant doing that, contributing to that, so that future generations had it better, would do it. No questions asked.
I mean, I can't say anything, considering, well, I said.
But then again, my circumstances were different. I had lost King. I was a dog to another council member. I was essentially on borrowed time. I was willing to throw that away. Jackie and Slick, on the other hand, they had greater aspirations, I suppose.
And at the end of the day, they had themselves and others.
Exactly. Just people were built different. And there's no harm or foul regarding it.
I'm at least glad to hear that you think of it that way.
I don't have to.
Toku.
Toku is a man made by Marcus O'Delly. He had to go through trials to become who he is today. It wasn't easy. I hate him for the things he did sometimes. To the point where I wanted to kill him. But not making District Zero or the Whisperer's plight out to be the worst. But until you live through it, you don't really understand it fully.
At a minimum, he's no Maz.
Oh god, don't get me started.
Maz is mentally ill. Not to excuse what she's done. But again, if
Toku is myself.
we're all human at the end of the day. We are the weakest on the totem pole, but the most adaptable. We use and do what we can to achieve victory, in no matter what form it is. I know the Geneva Convention exists, but it exists because of a sense of morale and principle. But the Geneva Convention only works if both sides agree that war crimes are war crimes. If one side doesn't, then it doesn't matter. Order falls
I'm
apart.
not saying it's war crimes, I just think he's wasting lives. That he's not a sound planner, that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a dog chasing cars.
All whispers are the same, I'm afraid. You could even say I'm similar.
Different.
You got one in your head that thinks different.
Circumstances changes people. Age changes people. Trauma, experience changes people. I'm not going to pretend or assume that I know what Toku went through. But it stems from somewhere. Because if it doesn't, then, well, I wouldn't be me. Lee wouldn't be Lee, and, well, I'm not going to list off names.
Or
Reason-
you list off one that I don't know, and I'll get curious about them.
I can say random names and you won't even know who they are. But it's the reason why I don't judge you for dating a tiger. You have your reasons. She has her reasons and I have mine. It's just life. How has she been?
Steady decline. Nothing to not be expecting. Stop gaps to try to prevent it, but this is a fight that everyone going into it knew would be lost. It's what this was for.
Well, I hope that you can have that skeletal hands of yours gripped tightly. Because if you're willing to do that for someone like that, out of love, I'm assuming, you best make sure you don't let it go.
Don't plan on it.
Amen to that one.
How's Sakota been?
Not gonna lie, I haven't really bothered her too much. She's, primarily just been, resting.
As she
You'll
should be.
probably know about as much as I do. I
Well,
haven't been
shit.
intruding.
We asked her. I asked her if she wanted me to come over here and let you know, and she said no. But I'm pretty sure she'd be really happy to talk to you. So, not to interrupt your conversation, but when you have a chance, you're more than welcome down there. Magpie and Sakota are both there. If you want to, I don't want to. If you want to, I'm encouraging it. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Penny.
Oh. I have things I need to take care of on the surface. The only ones with unending fighting to get through, so I will see you on the station at some point. Or if not, then I will see you when I see you.
Take care, Charles.
You as well.
Good seeing you again.
I need to use the restroom. Is there a place to go AFK? Is there a restroom anywhere? Is a place I can go and go to the toilet 'cause I need to go. Yeah, but that's really fucking far away. Yeah, again, that's really far away. I was hoping there'd be someplace like close. Sizzle, thank you much for the raid. Welcome to both of you to the stream. I hope you had a good I hope you had a good session, Sizzle. The problem is,
Oh no. Huh. Huh.
Hey, Cruiser. Hey, fellas, what's up?
You doing, man?
Too much?
Chicago.
Haven't been around in a while, you know, sort of.
Hi, can we talk?
Sure.
Hey.
Privately, I'm assuming.
Anywhere but here.
Act normal.
Lead the way.
I'm just a little curious.
Wherever you're comfortable, honestly. Up there.
They got into a little incident. And got a few ouchies and some boo-boos. They're okay. Ish. She's gonna be fine.
Alright, I'll take you dude's word for it if she'll be okay and stuff.
I'm gonna assume that guy makes you feel uncomfortable, or you just want to have a private conversation with me.
Both, actually.
Hmm.
He's... We don't always get along, but I'm not interested in having him stare at me.
How are you feeling?
I'm a bit better. Still tired and up and down, but
Hmm.
I'm the doctors or medics here, they said that things should clear up with time. The medication should do its work, and eventually the drugs they gave me should stop. They said it might not be great as it does so.
I see. Suppose that's all we can really hope for, so things gradually get better. Bear with me while I do something fourth dimensionally. I'm just going to go invisible quickly.
Sure. Here, can you do that? I'm gonna grab real water. So my cable's all wrapped up on itself for some reason. That's not cool.
So, what did you want to talk about?
Just talk in general.
You
Didn't
don't...
really get much of a chance before.
I see. Don't really have to go into a private corner to do that.
No, but a chance to talk to you properly would be nice, and an excuse to get away from Krazer is good.
I see.
Thank you.
What for?
For helping me and trying to calm me down.
I didn't do anything. I see. In that case, you're welcome.
You didn't have to come. You didn't have to be there.
On
You
the
didn't have to
mission?
stick around. All of it.
Sure, I didn't have to be there, but I felt like I was responsible. And, well, went with my feelings, I guess.
feelings or whatever they are. It was a scary place, and you helped to get me out.
What would have been better is you wouldn't end up there in the first place. If I acted, perhaps it wouldn't have happened. But I didn't, because I was worried they had live ammunition in the ramen store. Would have meant people died instead.
But I didn't know why they were there either.
Yeah, none of us knew. I guess I'm just beating myself up now that I know that my complacency, my passiveness made the situation worse, essentially.
How do you say so? The only reason I didn't start doing more was I couldn't breathe properly and my head was already getting dizzy. I couldn't bring up a barrier. If I hadn't been so stupid as to leave my mask on the counter.
I can still move because my mask has a filter on it woven into this fabric. Sure, it did make me feel a bit sluggish, but I could have probably cut them down and saved you from that. But again, I assume they had live rounds. They came very well prepared, so I just assumed it would be worse. If I knew they were going to do this, which I couldn't have, there's no way I could have done so. I would have.
I still don't even know who those people were.
We don't know either. Everguard, but that's just a name. We don't have anything else attached to it.
Aren't blaming yourself for what happened, are you? Because it's not your fault.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't blame myself, but it's kind of part and parcel of who I am at this point. Look, I don't like being powerless. I don't like letting things happen. It frustrates me. Oh, well, Queen doesn't know this.
Magpie Town disagrees. And if what they're saying is true, then I don't know that you fighting would have ended any better. They said you were on all fours by the end of it.
Again, because I didn't want to act. I'm wearing full plate armor. I can take a few bullets before going down. None of you guys could.
What if they would have killed you?
Magpie killed one of them. I could have very easily taken down two. Hell, might have even helped Magpie before she got incapacitated. Look, it's not about this. It's not about what I could or couldn't do, if I could or couldn't do it. I just find it frustrating that I couldn't do anything about it. I know that even if I acted, the outcome would have been the same. They probably had more reinforcements in that van for all I knew. And it would have changed from rubber rounds to live ammunition. And, well, chaos would ensue from that. To be honest, I'm not even sure if Queen knows Everguard is the group. I'm pretty sure she does. I could be wrong now. Look, no matter how you try to rationalize, try to comfort me regarding this, it's not going to change how I feel. I'm sure if I did act, I would be cursing myself that I acted and got someone hurt or injured or killed. If I didn't act and this happened anyway, I would hate myself regardless. It's just...
I just don't want to see you beat yourself up.
How could I not, Sakoto?
I don't know.
Four times this has happened. Similar situations where I was there and could have contributed, could have done something more to change how things went. And I know that no matter what I did, it wouldn't change how things went. It's like almost like it was preordained. It was fate, where you had to fucking call it. And I hate that. I hate knowing that even though I was there, no matter how much I tried, no matter how much I would struggle, the outcome would have been the same. And I'm just tired of it just repeating itself over and over and over again. And it's, to make it clear, it's not your fault that these things happened, so don't blame yourself. Awfully rich coming from me, because I'm blaming myself for these things anyway, but...
Yeah. Just...
This has happened.
I understand how you feel. And I'm not going to tell you that everything that you've been through is somehow wrong. I understand you shared your story with me. And even if it's just some of the pain, I understand. Feeling like you could have done more.
If only it was just feeling like I could have done more. It's... It's sensations of just not
being good enough.
Not being able to protect things which I hold dear. Every time I lost someone, I trained harder, worked harder, tried to do everything I could so it doesn't happen again, and it...
And it happened again. I understand. They said it is unfortunate how often life sometimes throws a hand grenade into
You
our
have someone who wants to approach, so go down.
Am I good to come over?
Do you mind a moment?
Yeah, I was just coming to say goodnight. I'll give you a second.
Good night. Miss Ashira. It's okay. You can tell them good night as much as you need. But yes, they said it is unfortunate. But there is little we can do to control this. All we can try to do is continue to move forward. Do what we can. It's smart, and I know how...
But doing...
Feels like...
Carry on.
It won't ever be enough. When you see it happen, over and over again, I watched as someone as I was trying to protect died in front of me, being taken advantage of, was scared. I told myself I wouldn't let that happen again. And not only did it happen again, but this time there were multiple people. Multiple innocent people who had no reason to be stuck in that sort of a situation other than they were unlucky. Most of the people in that lab were not even scions. They were just random people got caught up in someone else's evil. I couldn't do anything for them. Even when I tried. I understand. So I won't tell you that what you're feeling now is wrong. I have felt it too. But when I say thank you for being there, it is because you were there. At least when it counted. When it most counted. You didn't have to come there.
When it most
You
counted.
didn't have to go to that laboratory.
When it most counted was before the kidnapping. Because it would have avoided the situation. This just... Can't think of anything to say. There's things I want to say, but it's wrong to say. It's just... Are you going to change how you do things? Are you going to change your behavior? Are you going to live like you did before?
I don't think I can go back.
Amsky approaches.
I'm gonna head out soon. Bye Iris, bye Magpie, bye Sakoto, bye Queen. I hope none of you saw me throwing air in the lobby.
I did.
I was goofing around.
Yeah. With Krazer.
Yeah.
We both say goodbye. Please be safe.
Okay. I will. If you need anything, text me if you can.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I'll rush up.
Magpie says we need to get stronger, but I'm not even sure if it's the right way to do things.
What you need is political immunity.
You said something about immunity?
Political immunity.
How? I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know your relationship with Malleus. But there's certain things I know about it. He considers you a student, a prize individual, correct? Either he planned for this to happen, the kidnapping and everything else, he planned for it to happen, or he didn't. If he didn't know, he can make sure that there's some sort of procedure that companies he owns does not target you or Magpie. This doesn't mean that everyone else is immune, but at least means that you would be protected. But it's a shot in the dark that I don't even think would even work. It's just...
I'm not entirely certain if this company was doing this because he told them to.
But they're funded by him. Surely he knows where his money's going. He's a businessman, for fuck's sake.
Yes, I guess. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it yet, and with recovering, I haven't asked many questions yet. What people found.
Yeah, just...
If this had been part of his plan, I'm fairly certain he would have made it known long before now. This was also not his usual way of acting. Normally he does these sorts of things by himself. For him it's fun. When he tests me, he does so himself, or with his oversight. He wants to see it as a game to him, but this was different. There was no...
I understand the logic, but at the same time, you're defending someone who has malicious intent.
I'm not defending him. Please do not think that. He is an awful, terrible monster of a man. I hesitate to even call him a man. But this didn't feel like his actions. He would have shown himself at the very least down in that lab. Yeah, he would have taunted us. Would have taunted me. Tried to make some sort of game or lesson out of it. You saw. He wouldn't use drugs to knock someone out. He would just torture them in their own head. Put them to sleep.
What you say makes sense.
I'm not going to say there is no chance that you are right. That maybe this has been some sort of game that he was playing. It makes sense.
No, it's this...
Just doesn't...
No, you make good points, and just going off with anything. I'm just frustrated.
I am too. I don't know what to do. Part of me is torn between what Magpochon says. Getting stronger. Get strong enough to fight off anyone. Anything that comes my way. Then you and others won't have to worry. Can keep myself safe. Someone tries to take me away again, and I just throw them aside, punch them in the face.
If it happens again, they use sleeping gas. Means you're going to have your mask on wherever you go. You're not going to be able to live a normal life, Sakoto.
Well, I think I gave up normal when I found out what I could do. And I started throwing people across rooms.
True, but you were on the mend. You had people surrounding you who cared about you. You were going out eating food. You're meeting new people, going to different places. You didn't have a potential hazard looming over you, but you do now because of the recent events that's happened.
I'll be more careful. Don't think I can not be more careful. This has scared me. I feel like I got lucky.
You feel like you got lucky?
Some of those people been down there, it seemed like for ages. Some of them weren't fighting back anymore. If I hadn't had you all, I doubt I would have gotten away. I probably would have died down there. Yeah. If you all had not shown up, they were already beginning to pick Mapaiton apart, piece by piece. That we were able to at least get this part of her out, alive, I guess. No, I don't think you're hallucinating. This is very real, Mapaiton. I just don't know what to do.
Me neither.
Don't want to interrupt or anything. It's great seeing you. Hey, what's up? It was great seeing you and all that stuff. I don't know what you're going through, but I hope you feel better.
Thank you, Krizusa. I hope you have been well.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part. Mm-hmm. Right. Don't want to distract you too. I'm gonna go.
Thank you. Take care.
See ya.
Just awkward. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's oil and water, or we just had a bit of a fight.
It happens. It's normal. It's called being human.
We don't always see eye to eye on things.
Mm.
It's a bit disrespectful. But he's okay, I guess. You look past all that. He tries.
And that's what matters.
Yeah. I don't think you did, but
Mm.
so you know better how to keep yourself hidden, much better than I do.
You think I keep myself better hidden than you do?
I guess. You certainly seem it.
Can you turn invisible? I can't do that.
Not like that. Like I don't know. Guess yeah. Politically and with situations like this, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been in situations like this before. You have more experience.
Okay, so when it comes to... I'm assuming what you mean by the stuff that's happened with you. Do you openly use your abilities? Have you had people looking at you in your general direction? Have you made enemies?
Sometimes. I try not to.
Because these people clearly had some sort of database, and you were on that database, which means your information is now out to the public. Or privately,
Yeah.
which is the worst thing about it.
I didn't realize that being a Scion publicly was going to get me kidnapped.
People, researchers, rich people, they all want certain things. No matter what you have or what you don't have, someone else is going to want it. Psionics, people want it. Magic, people want it. Beneficial mutations and genetics, people want it. Especially humans. We have a inferiority complex towards those who are otherworldly gifted.
Do?
I mean, I do, and a lot of people in District Zero do. When we see people who have talents which we cannot replicate through effort, determination, we feel like the world has conspired against us to make our lives miserable. Those who are, again, gifted with magic or
I mean, I guess
superior lineage.
I was disappointed when I was told I did not possess the gift for magic, but
I'm not going to presume what other districts have feelings regarding this, but District Zero is very much the case of envy towards those who have something that they don't have. People believe in District Zero that if you have magic or if you have psychic abilities or superior genetics, you have a better chance in life. You'll prosper. You won't be a working class citizen. You won't just be a fodder for the machine.
so hiding that I can do this.
Well, if your visage, your face, what you look like is on the database, which I'm going to assume it is, you're going to have to hide yourself. Wear different clothing, wear hoods, wear masks. Hide your identity. Which means living in fear and... living in fear is not freedom, it's a cage. It's not nice. But it's either that or risk being caught.
Disagree? I don't know. I mean, at first I was hesitant for people to know what I could do. But more and more people seemed accepting. Open to it, even if they were a bit confused by it.
But you're not talking about regular civilians, you're talking about private companies that want what you have. It's either you hide or you become so powerful they don't want to risk the investment in trying to capture you. Consider you sleeping gas, find a way to push the gas away. You said you had a shield, but you didn't react fast enough.
I couldn't. By the time I realized what was going on, my head was already beginning to feel fuzzy and couldn't grasp it.
Yeah.
Use the...
That's what I mean. It's kind of... No matter how strong you are, sedatives are going to just... And you're not immune to it. No one is. All that skill, all that strength you would accumulate will mean little. That's why I'm suggesting hiding. But then it's just... Again, you're not living a life, you're just in a cage. And also the reason why I said political immunity. If Marius deems you as something important to him and puts you in databases that you were a VIP, then PMCs might look the other way. Sure, they might be kidnapping people indiscriminately, taking who they can. But the fact they knew where you were, they were following you, they knew you were a psychic means that you're a target. If you have that immunity, and Malice makes it clear, they don't want to touch out of fear. But again, that's... He's probably going to ask for favors. He's going to ask for things in return because he doesn't do things for free. There are trade-offs. There's no clear answer to this, I'm afraid. Yeah, Queen's Mask is gone. Although it's not really gone, it's in Stranger's base.
I don't want to go through something like this again. Let alone scare you or scare the others. I don't really know what I'm doing.
I wish I had the answers to Koto, because I don't know either. Before, I felt like I could leave you to your own devices, and you would be fine. But now I just feel like if I just turn my gaze somewhere else, even for a brief moment, something can happen which I'm not ready for. And this is above my capabilities. I can't be everywhere. I can't be in multiple places at once, and and come into the realization I can't protect you. I'm a big fish moving from a small pond into a bigger pond, and I don't have the leverage I do in District Zero. People flee from me. People know who I am. And I can use my reputation and my identity as leverage. Can't do that anywhere else. And it's frustrating.
You shouldn't have to protect me.
Yes, I know I shouldn't have to, but I feel compelled to. Because if I don't, you're just gonna disappear again, or die, get kidnapped, fucking Marius gets hold of you.
And I just need to continue getting strong enough to protect myself.
How? How are you going to go about doing this? You sought out Marius because you...
stronger than I used to be.
Yeah, with help from Marius.
No, well, some of it. Some of it has been the people here. I helped. I had a place where I could practice safely, experiment without worrying whether or not I was going to hurt someone. And while I can't do everything, and the people here have begun to run out of ideas as to what else I can try or how much I can do, I feel I have not fully explored everything that I can do. I told you as such.
Yeah, you hold
There are
yourself
things that I'm
back.
scared to try.
We had a discussion on that rock cliff. Okay, maybe it's a cliff.
It's a cliff, I guess.
I do not mind helping you train to get stronger. But Cyanox is beyond me. I don't know how to help with that.
Most people don't know. That's why I went to Nikkei in the first place.
Yeah, which...
But even before I went to him, Sakaya-sensei helped me. I learned how to do a few things, even without going to Nikkei. I don't have to talk to him.
So, the sensei you
something
mentioned, is he still around?
Hezekiah?
Yes.
He's here.
Oh, right, Zeke.
Yes. Most people just call him Zeke.
Right. Is there nothing else he can teach you? Or has he taught you all he can?
He believes he has taught me everything he can.
And what did he teach you?
Taught me how to better defend myself. Helped me to strengthen my barrier. I went from being able to block stabs to being able to sustain the impact of a boulder or a small car or maybe even worse. I've stopped bullets. At least a couple of times. He helped me to practice that thing I do where I hide myself.
Okay, in which case, my question is, what has McKay taught you? Because it sounds like to me most of your abilities has come from Hezekiah, not from McKay. But he spends so much time with McKay, yet it seems like it's not bore any fruit.
He has taught me how to delve further into people's minds. Taught me about how the concepts there work. Taught me about how he gains control.
The problems with McKay's methods, he is someone who is... Well, he took a shotgun shell to the chest and survived. I'm pretty sure I can swipe my sword at him multiple times and he would still fucking survive. His ability is all about offense, about attacking, putting you into his domain. But you need something that isn't that. You need something to protect your frailness. Delve into people's minds is the under the assumption that you have the pressure to put people in the back foot. Like you're not vulnerable, but you are. So shields work. But you need more.
I know. I don't always know what I'm doing. And finding the right ideas is sometimes difficult.
How quickly does using your psionics drain you? How quickly does using your psionics drain you?
Well, I suppose it depends on how much I'm doing. Linking with Smug Python right now, even though I don't feel well, it's a bit of a strain. But I can manage to get through most of the day without it wearing me down. I've managed to go hours and hours maintaining connections with multiple people. I've hidden myself from sight for a couple of hours. I've stopped a spray of bullets from, killing me without it incapacitating me. It wins me, sure.
But it sounds like your psychic abilities, your stamina regarding it is low. It's not something you can consistently rely on, I guess. Or would you say otherwise?
It's gotten better with time and practice. I used to barely be able to, link and talk. for more than a couple minutes at a time.
Have you not tried training your physical self? Using weapons?
Weapons occasionally. I practice with a dagger. Not had much confidence with weapons. Most people just try to point me towards guns, and
If you want to use melee weapons, I can certainly teach you a few things. Daggers are good if you have the element of surprise, which you do with your invisibility, but you can't always rely on it. You want something with range, something that creates distance, but yeah, I don't mind training you in whatever I can. I mean, that's the only thing I can do.
what was that? Maybe. I don't know. I know there's more that's possible. There are other scions here who can do other things. I've tried to teach them as much as I've tried to learn from them. But not everything works the same. And some of our powers, it's... Magpie-Tian, they learned how to create that beam. By
Yeah.
trying to copy something that I was doing.
The blade-like thing. I'm assuming you don't want to do something similar.
Yeah, no, don't try to do it right now. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't even know how that would even work.
I don't know. People have talked about feeling hands. If they hold on to them. Just don't knock yourself over, okay? I'm asleep. I might not be there to catch you, okay? I just don't want to be a burden to you. I don't want to scare you. I don't want you to feel frightened that something is going to happen to me at any moment. Like I'm just a leaf in a river, getting swept away. I want to be someone you can look at as an equal, even if we're not the same sort of people.
So Goto, I considered you to be an equal, if not greater than me, before this accident. You have psychic abilities, you are competent. You know how to hold yourself. I felt like I didn't have to watch over you. Obviously, this stuff happening now has changed that. And I'm not saying this to baby you or demean your achievements, but it's just... it's changed the paradigm.
I understand.
You're still capable, you can still do things. But now it's a situation of, I don't feel like I can do anything to contribute to your safety. And it's frustrating. Because it's just going to have a situation repeating itself. I don't want it to repeat itself.
Marquito, I need to put you down a moment. Kriso. It's how I've felt for the past several months since you told me about your condition. I want to help, desperately. I don't want to lose another friend. I've lost too many as it is. It hurts to get to know someone and care about them. And then know that they're suffering. I don't know what to do. All I can do is try my best to support you and...
The difference is mine's self-inflicted, yours isn't. The solution to my problem is to stop using the fucking blade. But I refuse to because it's the only form of leverage I have when it comes to bridging the gap between greater powers.
Maybe that's how I'll help. Help you try to find something that isn't going to slowly kill you.
Like what?
I don't know. As much as you want to protect me, I want to try to protect you. Even if it has to be from yourself. From your need to use that sword so you can survive. I worry every time I talk to someone from the gang and ask if they've seen you around. If they know if you're alive, that I'm going to hear that no, you've disappeared, died somewhere. I want to help.
The last thing I want is to be a burden to you. And I don't have to try to listen to get the feeling that you feel similarly. You just want me to stay safe.
I guess I have been demeaning your concern for me. Because I have confidence in my own ability, so I won't die in a pathetic way. I'll persevere, I'll survive, and I've done so for 11 years now at this point. I always come out on top.
That much I at least have confidence in. It just...
Every time you... that... flex your arm, stretch your neck, the little wince. To do every time those things cut just a little bit deeper. It worries me. I worry that whatever those doctors are trying to do to help you is not helping enough.
I don't have any other
I want to
choice.
help. I just...
This...
I know, and that's why I don't protest it. You using that sword.
Because I know you have to. You feel like there is no other choice, and right now maybe it is the only choice. I know that if you die, it's probably going to be because you were fighting for something you believed in. Something that was important to you. And I'm okay with that. I can handle that. I wouldn't change anything about that. I will still worry. But seeing how much pain that sword has brought you scares me.
Oh shit, she's actually crying. Oh fuck.
Because I don't know if you are going to die for something
that you believe in, that you believe is important. Or because that sword has finally taken your life. Took too much from you. And if there is something that I can do to stop that from happening, I want to do it. I don't care how hard it might be, how long it might take me. I would want to help.
Is any other solution for this would be...
Sorry.
You're apologizing. Why?
I just...
I mean, the only other magic weapon she can use is Dawn's, and that's something that was tied to Nevrossi. Don't apologize for being emotional. He's human. How I was emotional earlier, with frustration, with anger. So, it's fine.
I shouldn't leave her in the dark for too long.
Why did you drop her?
I didn't want to talk about your condition or that in front of her. It's been a bit...
difficult.
Aegis has connections, right?
Yeah.
Maybe look for mages. We don't have any mages in District 0, as natural mana is no longer a thing. Magitech is just...
We have mages here at Aegis.
Or maybe they can do some analysis on this then. Come up with some sort of...
You can trust them to do so.
If I can trust Kijin to do research on that, and I can trust some random stranger mages from a place of an institution that seems to want to follow the rules to a T. What else I got to lose, huh? It's not like it's gonna get any better. It's only gonna get worse.
I don't know.
At least it's doing something. Even if it comes up with no answers, at least we made attempts to ask other mages about this. I'm not sure what they're gonna know, what they will find out, but... I mean, I went to a... individual who introduced me to someone who made infernal weapons, used infernal runes, to discern what runes were on the blade. Turns out they're using blood magic for the blade. Something about life force and stuff like that. So...
Sounds almost like necromancy.
I thought necromancy was just dealing with skeletons and the dead, not blood.
Quison, her sword, I'm sorry.
There's also Nevrossi. She might be able to help, but she's gone dark. I don't really hear about her anymore. I normally tend to do jobs for her. But It's been a while. She actually did make me a weapon I can use that has no adverse side effects, at least from our knowledge. It's a newly created blade. But again, we lack data, battle data. We lack biometrics, calibrations. It was only field tested once, and since then it hasn't been field tested.
I'll test if I have to. I can't use magic either. I don't know about the mana circuits and all that, but
Neither do I.
I can assure you I've never successfully cast a spell in my life.
I mean, does the sword count as me casting a magic? I don't think it does. It's just more.
Casting magic for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I can't attune to magical objects. Things that are meant to work.
You can't?
No. I was given a ring at one point. I hold on to it because, well, stuff like that is hard to come by and it's valuable.
What does the ring
the ring
do?
To work, it's supposed to help one to resist poisons. That sort of thing. Help slow their effects. Make them less effective. But I can't attune to the ring. Truth be told, maybe you'd have better luck with it.
Do you have it on you?
It's in my rune.
We can give it a try, I suppose, right now.
You want to take it with you? I don't mind.
I mean, if I put it on and it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I don't need to take it with me to test that.
And Magpoiton, they say that their brother, August, you still wish they're willing to get in touch with them.
Yeah, I did say before they were kidnapped, I was willing, but obviously the kidnapping kind of threw that.
Put things on hold for a bit, yes.
Yeah.
The others are working to try to see if they can put Magpie's chassis back together.
That's good news.
So we can put them back to normal. Just having them to talk in the meantime and keeping them company since it's just them in their head.
Yeah. Loneliness is an insidious killer. It sucks being alone.
What was that, Magpie? Yes? Oh, maybe. There is a person who recently started working at the meat track in the garage. They like working with magical objects, tools, that sort of thing.
I see.
They themselves cannot use magic, but they have a passion for these sorts of things.
I see. Well, I'm willing to try anything. Because like I said, with Kijin it's not getting any better. Or maybe they do have a solution to this, but they are keeping it from me. Because I'm a good test subject, I suppose. I'm sure you remember that bar talk with the person from Kijin?
Yes.
Said I was doing things about protection. which you were surprised about. I kind of find it silly now I think about it. I can ask what that protection is and see if I can get it.
Maybe.
I'm not too sure what that would be, but yeah.
As I said, I would like to help if I can. I've said this before, just I don't always know what to do. I can let you hold on to that ring. Like I said, it's just gathering dust.
How do you use it? You just put it on?
Supposedly, once you attune to it and put it on, it's supposed to help ward off the effects of different poisons.
And how do you attune to it? Do you just hold it and it just glows?
Well, I've never attuned to something, so I can't say for sure.
Surely the person who
But
gave it to
there
you
are
gave you some sort of instruction manual, though, right?
No.
Oh,
I was
okay.
a bit embarrassed to tell them that their gift was, you know,
Wow,
a
do
bit
you...
useless. That being said, I am certain we can find something. There's books here, and there are other people here who know how to do this sort of thing. If you're willing to listen to them, I'm sure they can teach. I don't think it's a particularly difficult process. Just
I'm an academic.
spending time with it.
Learning is something which I'm kind of ingrained to do.
Maybe.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, I think I've just been overdoing it, that's all.
Do you need more of your medication?
The medication helps with exhaustion. It doesn't help with the pain. I mean, it does to a certain degree, but I don't want to use the medication, and overusing it is detrimental.
Could go get you some ice for it.
Ice actually makes it worse.
It does? Oh.
Yeah.
Usually it helps when things are inflamed and irritated.
Yeah, yeah, it's usually the case, but when we used to be at the Oak, I mean, I feel pretty warm. At least the arm feels warm. And again, it could also be just the blood. Yeah, when I was in the Oak, in the southern part of District 0, the cold would get it to it quite a lot. It was almost like the heating point for the crystals is higher than its chilling point. So it seems to... It's easier for it to get cold than it is for it to get warmer. And because it gets cold, it's touching the bone, touching nerve endings, it hurts.
Oh. Yeah, I can imagine that not feeling well.
Again, don't we understand it? It's for me, things getting cold is harder, and things getting warm is kind of easy. So the fact that this gets cold easier is kind of goes against physics for me in a way, but then again, it's magic. Yeah.
You're talking to someone who can touch something and make it cold with a thought, so I can sort of believe it's not that difficult. Though, if something about your arm crystals is defying what science, as you know it should say it does, then that means there is something possibly happening with them. Obviously, they're growing and changing and causing discomfort, but maybe there is something more that is happening.
Scientists did say that these crystals are not just mana. It's... I don't really understand what the fuck they even said. They explained it like it's quantum physics. It's... okay. I don't know how to explain this.
I am a bit stupid when it comes to
Yeah,
the sciences.
I'll try to explain it. So
Did
it's
not do very well in those classes.
it's like having a ball, and the ball can either be red or blue, and it switches between these two states based upon when it's observed. But it's still the same ball. It can change
Well, that
to
just
a
sounds
different.
like magic.
Yeah, I mean it is.
What does it switch?
So, if you imagine when the ball is red, it's made of flesh, but when the ball is blue, it's made of mana. These aren't mana crystals in the form of regular mana crystals, where it's just magic coalescing and solidifying. It's parts of my body that's just been turned into crystal.
So perhaps there is magic or a spell of some sort to
get it to turn back?
I've heard people speak of magic.
Flesh to stone and stone to flesh.
Yeah, that's why I say maybe talking to a mage who understands magic on a natural level might be able to help with this more, but...
What you need is a proper wizard, someone who's studied these things.
I don't know any wizards, sadly. I know one, but he doesn't like talking to me.
My boy John says just go looking for people with big pointy hats.
Not entirely bad advice, though I don't think entirely practical.
Yeah, is there a certain theme they have? Or not in District Zero?
Wizards are people who practice magic. The only places I know of that properly teach magic would be the colleges back at home, but
Any toast? No, there's no toast.
I would not entirely know if they would respond, really. Our people tend to keep to themselves. But if it is a case like yours, perhaps that they have never heard of or seen, wizards are people who value knowledge and,
unusual things.
So I'll be
more
trading
than
the
most, I
scientist for another person who wants to Pokemon me?
Well, I think you are going to get that just about anywhere you go. You're going to have to study it to understand it.
Yeah.
Understand what has happened to help you to understand how to reverse it.
It was meant to be like light humor.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. My humor's a bit dry.
I'm also just a bit stupid when it comes to humor. Don't always get the jokes.
Intelligence is a matter of perspective, Sakato.
See, sorry,
You-
when I come to jokes, I'm not saying I'm entirely stupid.
You don't call a fish stupid because it can't climb a tree.
Maybe. Sorry?
I said you don't call a fish stupid because it can't climb a tree.
No. But when the fish keeps smacking its head into the glass.
I mean, you can say the same thing about birds. If anything, it's the fault of the thing. It's the fault of the window or the glass being there. That's the issue, not because they... Yeah.
It is a matter of perspective. I know. I am not saying I am without any intellect is the right word, I think. I just don't know much stuff about science and all that. I did very poorly in those classes.
My knowledge might be outdated. I have not really done anything regarding the labs in a long time.
Like a fancy scientist.
A head researcher of a lab that worked in gene therapy. Yeah. But again, that's 11 years ago.
The DNA stuff, okay.
Yeah.
I needed a moment.
New knowledge is always found. New ways to apply certain things. I would probably be considered an idiot nowadays if I were to go back into the industry. It's just how it is.
Yeah, see, and I think you know far more about any of that than I do, even now.
I think it's time for me to rest.
Sorry?
I said I think it's time for me to rest.
If you need to stay here, you can probably ask a room. The way you don't have to travel all the way back.
Yeah, I've already been given permission to stay in a room, the one I've been using previously. I'm not sure why it's playing me up so much today.
Have you been taking care of yourself lately?
I've been eating food, I've been drinking water. I have been pushing myself a little bit, trying to clear up the bounty hunting guilds in District 0. Trying to expand my business, I guess you could say. Have it so that the bounty hunters have to listen to me and follow my regulations. Brings money in as well as information. I've had to get handsy a few times with a few people. Just to make it clear, I haven't had to pull the trigger on this, so it's not worse because of that. I think I've just been moving around too much and it's caused lots of internal bleeding. Where's the rooms again? I'm not too sure.
This way. Maybe not tonight.
What's Magpie saying?
They are asking to watch a movie or something. Hamski-san mentioned it. Yes, but he left, remember?
Charles and I think Penny did mention that as well about watching a movie. I think it was just Charles. I don't think Penny mentioned it.
It is pretty late for the rest of them, even if only just woken up a fair bit ago.
Yeah, he has a few options. Also, making deals with Hemwick, she's not too sure about that. She didn't really know much about Hemwick, but yeah. Wait, is the mage in Palace Hemwick? It's down this way. Where's your room? That
Just
way as well?
inside.
Okay. I'll escort you to your room first and then I'll go to mine.
Well, I suppose that's not a bad idea. At the very least, I have found that most of mine come from focusing on thoughts and memories of things I've done in the past, but asking others can hurt. It's always about these associations. At least that is my thinking. I'll grab that drink for you if you want to. I don't know, try holding on to it?
I mean, I was going to try just putting it on now and see if it does any kind of reaction, but we don't know how to imbue or attune to it, and...
Attuning.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember how my dad described it when I was young, but attuning is some sort of process where you come into some sort of connection with the object, but I don't really understand it all that well.
Yeah.
I suppose it just wouldn't hurt to try. Here, I'll be back in a moment.
Oh, Hamlet's a wizard? I thought he was a fucking necromancer.
Here. If anything, we can try to ask Kazakai-sensei in the morning.
Yeah, I can see if it would...
Probably knows something.
Yeah.
He might be a paladin, but he at least has practiced magic, in a sense.
I mean, if he's
for quite
taught
some time.
you psychic abilities to defend yourself, and I'm sure he can help with attuning to a ring.
His room is actually just on the other side of this one.
Which one?
Or no, this one. He's actually in the room next door.
Oh. Well, I'm sure he's probably asleep, so we'll do it in the morning.
Hey.
I can't remember which room mine is.
Well, probably not this one or the next one. The next one.
It was on this side. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's that one or that one. I don't know.
Do not remember.
Well, you wouldn't be able to remember anyway, because I don't think you were even awake for it.
You're right.
Let's try all the doors and see which one opens. Is it ID locked or something?
I believe so, yes. Good night.
Good night, Sokoto. Sleep well.
Magpie tells us good night as well.
Good night, Magpie. That's unusual. Normally my controllers don't reach this point. God, I've already been streaming for a while.
You can't command me through
Wow.
this. We've tested this before. Get fucked.
What?
You wanna kiss
Oh.
girls?
Oh.
Sokoto can't. Sokoto. So you know how the Magpie's funny little command thing does its thing, right?
Command thing? What do you mean?
So if given a command, whether verbal or visual, like it's like written down on a piece of paper or it's
On a fucking advertisement.
the silly little robot must obey, right? However,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sokoto and Magpie figured out that if Sokoto telepathically speaks to her, she can't give commands. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
she is not compelled.
Oh, okay.
The way I sort of like reasoned that out is like Magpie.
Like some weird animals on the top.
Yeah, I noticed that during the thing. I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah, I can take a look at the model for you. That's not a huge deal.
Yeah. Magpie's
It's just like every so often it's a little funky.
Probably don't recognize Sakoto talking in her head as not Magpie thinking things because she can't give herself commands.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a little funny. So I want to see, did this one ever actually update? It fucking did not. What the actual hell?
They just had to completely re-upload the model because there was something bugged and it didn't want to fix.
No.
Yeah, and it like when I re-uploaded it, it just wouldn't accept the re-upload.
That's weird.
Or it wouldn't let me download the re-upload. And it was literally just something as simple as swapping the hand tracking, because when I'm holding something, I don't want to have to like perfectly position my fingers. That's really, that pisses me off. I don't like doing that. So I just have it take, you know, it no longer tracks the finger. It does it by animation. So what the Magpie.
Hello?
I crave death.
1 second. Huh?
Oh, you good?
In what in? Yeah, I won't forget. I've not been forgetting.
It'd be funny though if someone like drops Magpie and then she suddenly like stops like a foot, like an inch from the ground, like floating.
Oh my god. Oh, hello? Chest tracker? What are you doing?
I'm now
Also, I didn't expect to get emotional tonight. I also didn't expect you to show up tonight, but, you know, was pleasantly surprised.
My chat mentioned it, and I was a bit like, yeah, I suppose Queen would show up to Aegis. Because certain things didn't happen today, or it has happened this week. So it's like, yeah, Queen would probably show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard you got emotional, you started crying. I was a bit like, oh my god, she's like crying out of character. No.
Well, yeah. It's like method acting, I guess.
No, yeah,
In
it's
the
the same for me
moment,
as
I'm
well.
processing my own emotions, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, it makes sense that Sakoto would get a bit emotional about this. This is something that she feels really passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is one of her good friends, someone who she cares very deeply about, has an emotional interest in.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but it's just like,
You know, they've had this exchange, and Sakoto's just like, but I also feel this way about you. You're frustrated because you're worried that I'm not going to be safe anymore. But nothing really changed. Just some fuck-ass company decided to come and, you know, yoink me, and it shattered that illusion of safety. Meanwhile, Sakoto's just like, I am also frustrated because I see you are fucking dying, and I don't want that to happen. And you tell me it's because of that sword, and I know you're still using it. You carry it around, and I had a fucking crazy idea, though it's one that I won't share while I'm streaming.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should we kill stream?
I might kill stream. Where were you when stream was kill?
Right here, because I'm killing it right now. Just
I still one day I want to find a moment when I know that there is one of the like role players who keeps like other people on and active in their like in their camera. And I want to be in the middle of a conversation. I think I might have told you this. And yeah, you know, it's got other people showing up, and I want to be like having a normal conversation with somebody.
Yeah,
You know,
just
yada yada yada. And you should know this too.
That's very
I want to do
awful.
that so fucking bad. Yeah.
And
I feel like Sakura would be the funny character to do that with as well,
because
weird brain
yeah, she's a
powers and
Sonic.
shit.
She's like, and it's like,
Just like,
Sakura, who?
no, Queen. I've got this great idea. This is how we get rid of McKay. We get out of Zephyra. We go and we don't look back. And you should know this too.
And then Queen's just like,
and you'll be excited about this. We're getting the hell out of here, you know?
negative.
Thank you, my viewers.
Whoa.
Thank you,
viewers,
two
be upon me.
raiders. Hello, welcome. Nice to see you.
But yeah, I thought it would be funny.
It would be. Can you just be like,
It'd be kind of funny.
so Kodo, who you speaking to?
Oh, just them. Don't worry about it.
Anyways. That's even more concerning.
The fourth wall. She's gone
I
too
remind
far.
you. I remind you who contacted her that one time.
That's fair.
Yeah. The unwitting messenger of someone.
Messenger. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh bother.
Also, yeah, I think I need to adjust the limits.
Yeah. I wonder if they didn't like port properly, because I know I had it set
That's
like way
entirely
lower
possible.
than that.
Maybe. Who
it
fucking
was
knows? I'll take a look at it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. We're gonna be in this setup for a little bit. We'll fix it.
Yeah, it was made in like fucking VRChat SDK like a year ago, and I haven't updated it since.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same issue. The reason I switched them all, I have a similar issue to that's happening on the staff I have on here, where like if I
Where certain vertices just show up all like scrunky.
yeah, like if you see, lighting's weird.
Oh. Well, okay, so I did notice, and this was something that I fixed on this. You used the wrong export mode.
Oh, then
for the
was that it?
normals.
Shit.
Yeah, they were flipped. So that's why if you look now, it looks like they're indented properly. Before, they were not. The green channel was flipped improperly.
Oh, yeah. That was before I knew to do that. I know how to do that now.
Yeah.
But I noticed, like,
in
if you...
Unity, it's just as simple as a single check mark now to tell it to flip it, which is so fucking.
We'll have
convenient.
her
I'm
own
so
Una? What do you
happy
mean?
That is a thing now.
I've noticed that at the top here, and like also here, you can see it sort of splits down the middle, like with the lighting.
Yeah, it's like when I get far enough away from it, it's weird.
I'm gonna turn off my stream, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, I should probably do the same.
Right. Thank you everybody who came to watch. I appreciate it greatly. Hope you had a nice viewing experience. I know this is a very long stream. It was probably my longest in a long time, which is unusual. Normally we don't tend to get very long streams. We can probably go raid Flonica. Yeah, if you like what you saw here today, please consider giving me a follow. It helps the channel out, but most importantly, let you know when I go live again next. Even look in the chat right now, there's a link to the Discord where you join a wonderful community and be part of the discussions that happen in the roleplays I partake in. Eden Lost, Gang RP, and PD are the 3 main roleplays I do at the moment, but there'll be more in the future if and when I find the time to do it, as well as the model work. If you want to post something, be sure to post it in respect to the channel. If the channels don't exist, we do have a feedback channel, so you can make requests there for something you want to see added, changed, or improved upon in the stream. We have a link to the YouTube where you can watch all of the previous episodes we've had over this 4-year-long career, or archive, I like to call it. As well as a Twitter that is non-safe for it, please no minors. But if you follow me there, you can see sometimes the art which I share and repost. But it's it for me to everyone. Have fun with Flonica. Lovely to see you all. Thank you all for the subs and follows. I appreciate it very much, and thank you ever so much for the support you've given me. Oh, you start talking to the camera. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. It makes sense. Yeah, good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.